For all the positives that have come from being a YouTube archer, there have been a few things that have been not as positive. I don't want to call these negatives because they're not that bad and I've come to expect most of these things. But they keep coming back and poking me in the ribs. So these are 5 things which I found kind of annoying on YouTube. Not surprisingly, a lot of people seek me for help. This involves a lot of things. Buying their first gear, how to get started in archery, giving tips on form, troubleshooting problems and so on. And because they've dug through a lot of my channel, they send an email or give me a message to ask for help on certain things. So I get a lot of questions. A lot of questions. The most common question is this bow good? And it usually comes from people who want to spend the least amount of money. So I get links to the Atanga bows, the eBay bows, the PC bows, and so on. And then there's the other extreme end, where you have the really super serious archers who want to buy the best of everything. They've got a whole shopping list of Olympic recurve equipment, and they want me to cross-check with every part. That does take a lot of time, by the way. And look, most of my responses are, yes, it's a good bow, and I don't know, I don't shoot compound. Sometimes the volume of questions gets a little intimidating. That's through all my sources, YouTube, email, Facebook, even on Reddit. So just do take it a little easy. I know most of you are very patient. I normally answer within a day if possible. But some of your inquiries are really heavy, like walking you through every single part of the equipment. It's why I make videos, so I don't have to answer all your questions. You can still ask, but yeah, just take it easy on me. I think the most bizarre incident was there's one of you actually dug up my phone number and called me. So I'm just having a nap and my phone rings and it's like, hey, how do I stick in my arrow points? That was kind of weird. I normally separate all my parts of my life, so when someone calls my business phone to ask me an archery question after hours, that's kind of really throws me off. That's fine, that was cool. It happened twice, actually. But yeah, it's something which, it isn't too bad. I don't mind getting questions. It's why I present information to you. It's just one of those things which kind of did eat away a lot of my free time. So, do take it easy on me. I've mentioned that I take some issue with being called a snob. Now, to me, a snob is someone who thinks they're better than everybody else, or what they do is better than everything else. I'm thinking about the nose in the air, kind of like arrogant person. Look, I don't shoot target recurve because I think it's better. It just happens to be what I shoot. I don't think I'm better. I don't think my style is better. Nonetheless, despite the fact that my channel is target recurve orientated, I still get quite a few comments that talk about how these things don't apply to instinctive archery or traditional archery. And I kept getting told that, hey, get off your high horse, go and shoot these styles, they're better. And it's usually traditional shooters who give me flack for this. Now, I'm not saying that all trad shooters are arrogant snobs, but I just find it bizarre that it's usually the trad shooters who take issue with me explaining target recurve concepts. And they keep on thinking that I am exclusive or I'm a snob because I don't shoot traditional. I find it ironic because I've heard in real life, it's often the compound shooters who pull rank on their traditional counterparts. But online, it's often the traditional shooters who are the most talkative. Perhaps they have the most pride in their art. I don't know. And I'm not generalizing. I'm not saying all trad shooters have big mouths. But it's often the trad shooters who give me the most flack on my channel. I keep talking about how great their style is and how the modern styles are all sites and silly gadgets and stuff. And I get it. Look, I began as a traditional bamboo shooter. That's how a lot of us start when we go to our clubs and our come and try programs. You shoot traditional bamboo. I've moved on since, doesn't mean I don't like it. I honestly think that traditional bare bow is what I enjoy the most. That's beside the point. Point being is that I get what you're saying. I get that traditional archery or instinctive archery is the purest form of archery, not adulterated by sights and stabilized and other stuff. But what I don't get is why they take issue with people shooting modern styles. Again, not all trad shooters are like this, but sometimes just the ferocity of how people come across and kind of beat their chest about their traditional values, it comes across as kind of arrogant and intimidating, and that puts people off. I'm not going to change my mind and change styles because some guy is telling me to shoot traditional because traditional is better. That doesn't convince me. And look, archery is already exclusive as it is. A lot of people are put off from joining clubs or starting archery because you have all these headstrong proponents of all these different styles. Let people shoot what they shoot. I mean, if you I have no problem with you shooting traditional. Why make a fuss about people shooting other styles? If you want to promote it, be positive about it. And look, I'm chill with it. I shoot most styles, or I try to when I can. But I'm not a snob. And, guys, cut it out. Really, I can't cover everything on my channel. I am a specialized target shooter. I cover something which people don't usually cover. There's plenty of good stuff out there for instinctive and traditional. So, hey, leave me alone, guys. Just take it easy, okay? By the way, the same applies to compound, except that I get the feeling that compound shooters know they kind of have an easy mode for archery, so they do know they measure themselves on a different standard, and that's fair. I've had both compound shooters and trad shooters give me flack for not shooting compound and or traditional. Guys, give you a break. I mean, look, I will eventually shoot every style at one point, but I'm a target recurve guy. I've chosen my style. I don't think it's better. I'm not a snob. I just shoot one style. Okay? Just give me a break. I've also mentioned that I have been writing for a publication, Australian Target Archers. Hey, free shout out. But anyway, seriously, this isn't the first time that I have written for a publication. A couple of years ago, I was approached by a web developer who wanted to create a website for archery. He wanted me on board to write for the site. I was never clear exactly what my role was meant to be. I was under the impression he wanted me to write articles. He said the word article, so I thought, okay, he wants me to be a freelance writer. Okay, I can do that. You have to pay for each article. That's fine. What happened afterwards is probably the single worst experience I've had as a YouTube archer. I've never felt the need to tell someone to F off as much as this guy. Long story short, he was building a brand new website. He didn't have any expertise on the topic, so he wanted other people to write for him. And he had a very specific outline on the site should be 20% competition and 15% hunting and 60% recreational or something. And it had compound and recurve, and it covered things like getting started and buying your equipment and what everything does. And, oh man, it got really complicated really quickly. And then the bull crap started happening. It started with Skype calls, and these Skype calls were done during the weeknights, and it would take 1, 2, even 3 hours for a Skype call. It's so frustrating because, I'm an exponent of clear, simple communication. And this guy was like the antithesis of clear communication. He was heavily accented. He was talking in circles. I never understood what he wanted to achieve with his website. During the conversation, he linked me to this online collaborative concept mapping thing. He wanted me to plan out his website. And I went, hang on. You want me to structure your website? You want me to plan out what it looks like, what the topic should be. Why would I do that? If I wanted to structure a website, I'll build my own website. Make videos for your website? Hell no. I'm making for me and my channel and my site. Why should I have to make my stuff exclusive to some random guy who's making a website? Because I don't need you. You need me. It's why you approach me. Because I make content, you want me on board. I'm not your employee. I'm a freelancer. And you can't just take my stuff and say, hey, can you make stuff for us only for us? Because in the end, you have no knowledge. And you can't appeal to the hip pocket. It was, okay, you tell me how much to charge for each article. But maximum $50. Okay, that's not too bad, except it takes 1, 2, 3 hours to write an article because I don't know what you want. And then we spend 3 hours talking through it, editing it because I don't know what you want. $50 for what could be like 5 or 6 hours of work, that's piss off. It may be appealing to an unemployed college student. I'm a full-time professional. $50 for 5 hours of work is nothing. But here's what stings most. If you have no knowledge and no experience in archery, why build an archery website? That's what was most insulting. Here's someone who has no passion for the sport, who sees this as a marketing opportunity. That's what he told me. There's a gap in the market for a new archery website. What does he expect from this? If he can't make it himself because he lacks expertise, he's simply exploiting naive experts who have no status elsewhere to do the work for him. He didn't want freelance writers. He wanted a website manager. He was trying to get me to work hours, after hours to build his website. I'm not doing that. That's just BS. If you want me to write for you, I'll write for you. But give it to me straight. If you don't want a writer, don't ask. If you want me to be a manager for your website, just say so and I'll say no. But just say so. Just be honest. Okay? Because all this going around in circles, I blew through so many hours writing up stuff, editing stuff, and in the end, getting screwed because you actually didn't want this. You just wanted to suck me in to work for your website. Hell no. I don't want my name attached to this kind of BS. He did pay for everything, by the way, so that at least was okay. But that was definitely not worth it. The breaking point was when I wrote the phrase to loose an arrow, as in to loose an arrow. Because you don't fire an arrow, you loose an arrow. And he kept on insisting that it was a mistake, it should have one O, as in to lose an arrow. Who's the expert between us? I know what the damn verb is. Not only am I an archer, I'm an English teacher. I know what I'm doing. After I wrote about 2 or 3 articles and he paid for everything, he never spoke to me again. And that's probably a good thing. He's probably abandoned the project, which is great. Oh man, that was completely not worth the stress. This guy, I checked him up. He is a legitimate web developer, but he probably had the worst communication skills I've ever come across. 3 hours to tell me what he wants? Damn. You viewers are lucky. If you were to find something about archery, you Google it and you find me. Great. Now imagine you're me. I'm trying to research a new topic and what do I find? Me. I'm trying to cross-check facts to see if I'm explaining something right. And what do I find? Me. I check other archery channels if they've covered it, and it's all me. Damn it, NUSensei, I'm trying to find stuff I don't know. You're not helping me. I'm not helping me. Us. Whatever. Oh, and you know how YouTube loves to recommend content to you? Damn it, YouTube, stop recommending my own videos to me. I get it. Yes, it's archery. It's relevant, but stop flooding my playlist with my own videos. I can't scroll through my daily feed or search results without seeing myself. It's like being stuck in a John Malkovich nightmare. No. There was a time when none of my students knew I had a YouTube channel. Now, everyone knows I have one. I know you're watching me. Kevin, with the older students, it doesn't matter too much. We're pretty chill about it. Sometimes I ask about the latest trends and the latest news. Some of them are interested in how it works. But we're pretty laid back about the whole thing. But it's the young kids. If you thought it was annoying to deal with 12-year-olds on the internet, deal with 100 12-year-olds in real life. Oh, it's that YouTube guy. Oh, it's NUSensei. If the subscribe button was a real person, I imagine to be this year 7 kid with a squeaky voice going, I subscribe to you, sir. And I love it when kids try to sweet talk me by praising my channel. It's like, sir, I liked your video. That's nice, Quayne, but I don't like your essay. But overall, it's been a fun project, and it wouldn't have been nearly as interesting if it hadn't been for the occasional spike in blood pressure. Anyway, this is NUSensei. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.